Hey, what's up, family? This your man, brother Dirk. And I got a question for you. How many of you will work hard all your life to pay off a house and then sign your deed over to somebody else? Nobody would. But that's what's happening in the Adventist church. At least at my church. Our church struggled. Paid off the deed. Paid off the mortgage on our church. But then we had to turn around and sign over the deeds to the Allegheny East Conference. Now, they own our church. They own the building. The deed is theirs. They have it. But when we need to make repairs to our church, we can't go to the conference and ask them for money to fix up our church. They'll give us a loan. Not an interest-free loan. They'll give us a loan with interest. They'll do that. But how does that benefit the local church? You know, it's hard for me to see the difference between our relationship with the Allegheny East Conference and the relationship between a pimp and a prostitute. No, it sounds harsh, but that's just how I feel. If you look at the relationship between a pimp and a prostitute, when a prostitute go out here and do what she does for money, she has to turn all of that over to the pimp. She keeps nothing. And if the prostitute falls on hard times or she gets too old, a prostitute, guess what? The pimp throws her away. What's the difference between our relationship with the conference and a pimp and a hoe? None. Think about it. Every dollar that's taken up in tithes in your local church every week goes to the conference. None of that money stays in your local church. The church is left to survive off offerings. Now, we all know how hard it is out here. In the District of Columbia, 1 in 5 men who are able to work can find work. So that means 1 in every 5 people in your church, roughly, are unemployed. Look at me, I'm one of them. There's people out here whose houses are getting foreclosed on, cars getting repossessed, people who have to make a decision whether or not I'm going to eat lunch or dinner. It's a hard hustle out here. The only people that's hurting are the local church. The conference isn't hurting. They're building new buildings. The officials are riding around in Mercedes and Cadillacs. But the local church is falling apart. They're left to survive off of offerings. So that means your gas, the electric, any repairs that need to be done, money to fix equipment that's breaking, money to fix holes that's in the wall, money to replace sump pumps, money to fund programs, money to feed the homeless, money to clothe people, the money that goes for emergency assistance. All of that comes out of the local church's budget. None of that money comes from the conference. So I'm just asking. I hope somebody can explain it to me. How does the local church benefit from its affiliation to a conference? How does this thing work? Somebody explain this to me, because right now, you might as well call a local church Trixie and call a conference Goldie, the pimp, because that's what it looked like to me. This your man, brother Dirk, and I hate to be so crude and vulgar, but that's what it is. Somebody tell me, what's the difference? It's your man, brother Dirk. That's my beef.